The only way to change the past is to accept it. All spiritual practices, whether meditation or the other traditional paths of yoga or even Western spirituality and therapy, are all means of seeing more clearly what needs to be accepted. Anyone who's tried for full acceptance knows that some things you just seem to not be able to accept. No matter how many times you try for full acceptance about your lack of a relationship or your lack of having that job or the lack of recognition or this or that or this or that, the more you see, you just cannot accept it, which is where the second path comes in with what we do with an unwanted state, which is surrender it. Surrender the unwanted state. Renounce the unwanted state. Hand over, let go the unwanted state. We can do that to God if we have a particular belief in God or a God. We can do that to existence, to the universe, or we can simply do that to our life situation. Come to the full acknowledgement and acceptance of our lack of acceptance and our lack of ability to accept, and then to just surrender to what is. And really, no matter what we're wrestling with or what situation comes to us, if we don't want it there, those are really the only two things we can do with it. Surrender it or accept it. I talk a lot about choosing our own reality and choosing your ideal and being able to identify with your ideal and your best self, and even being able to choose the state from which you go out and live in the world. And these things are true, but those are also on the tail end of acceptance and surrender. Of accepting what I do not want to feel, surrendering how I keep getting wrapped up in the ways and in the excuses and in the narratives that keep giving rise to this thing that I don't want to feel, and then choosing your reality. Then choosing what is right for you. Until you've accepted and surrendered, you can't really choose your reality, which is why it seems impossible for most people. It seems impossible to choose and align with the vibration of love, or to choose and align with the vibration of presence or clarity or ease or whatever we want to call it, or whatever your preferred state of being is, because those things can only happen on the tail end of acceptance and surrender. Acceptance means I haven't just mentally accepted, I've emotionally accepted. My body is a reflection of my acceptance. My thoughts are a reflection of my acceptance. My heart is a beating reflection of my acceptance. And it's the same with surrender. Surrender isn't just giving up one particular thought for 5 minutes and then expecting when that portion of surrender is over, we'll run right back to that thought and it'll be okay. A lot of people do this, go into meditation and they're single-pointed, and maybe they have been for years, on being surrendered for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, however long the meditation session is. And then they go back up in the world, the meditation session is over, they open their eyes and they pick right back up that resistance. They put it in their pocket, they put it in their heart, they put it in their mind, and they walk out the door. And then they wonder, why isn't meditation working for me? I'm surrendering, I'm accepting, and I'm, to one degree or another, one-pointed even in my meditation attempts. It doesn't work for you. One, until acceptance and surrender become more total happenings within you, mind, body, energy, mood, everything. And then it doesn't happen until you really start to see that it's a way of life. It's not a practice. It's acceptance and surrender aren't just something that you do for 5 seconds or for an hour or before lunch or right before you go to bed. These are great. I'd encourage anyone to start there. But until you embody that state of acceptance and that state of surrender in day-to-day life, it's not going to take you all the way. It's all going to be half measures. And you're certainly not going to be able to choose your reality, because choosing only happens on the tail end of letting go of everything. When you've let go and you've accepted and you've surrendered, all the reasons why you can't choose your own reality, why you can't be happy, why you can't be at peace, why you can't be this, why you can't be that, that's when the ability to choose and the free will to choose more and more how you want to feel, how you want to think, who you want to show up in the world starts coming to you.